Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear students, I am Dr. Mona Semalti from HNB Garhwal University, Srinagar, Garhwal. So dear students, I welcome you all in this module, and today in this module we are going to discuss container closure system and packaging for cosmetics. So we are going to discuss what are the important criteria for packaging of cosmetics. So let's see what we are going to learn after going through from this module. So what we are going to learn after going through from this module. So you are going to understand about the concept of packaging, what packaging systems exist, and what are the different types of packaging, selection criteria for packaging, container closure system. Okay, what are different types of container system, different types of material, glass, plastic, rubber closure, as well as the stability aspect of packaging. So this is going to be our lesson plan. We are going to follow this topic: introduction to container, okay, packaging, what is packaging, and selection of cosmetic container, why it is important, what are advantages, disadvantages, packaging of cosmetics, material description, and stability aspect. At last, we will discuss the stability aspect of packaging. So dear students, uh, packaging is the science, art, and technology for enclosing the product for protection, transport, storage, display, and for convenient display and convenient to use. Okay, so packaging always plays an essential role in the marketing, in the branding of cosmetics. So these two things are very important: marketing and branding. So generally we people are also very attracted toward the unique packing of any cosmetic preparation. Okay, so overall if we look, packaging plays an very important role for cosmetics, especially when here we are talking about the which segment we are talking about, the cosmetics. So packaging plays a very vital role, and how it plays, that we are going to see in this video. So dear students, for packaging, what do we expect for cosmetics, especially for cosmetics? What do we expect? We expect uh, the very first thing, we are attracted towards a very elegant look. If the package system or the packaging form is so beautiful, and it is of different colors based on the material, based on the uses of the product, so we are really attracted towards that pack. And we suddenly go market, and if we see some kind of cosmetic which is uniquely pack, the package system we are talking about, so we are attracted and we certainly buy that product, isn't it? So what do we expect? We expect the very first thing, it should be easy to carry. The package system should easy to carry, and it should be protected from the environment, and should be handy so that one can easily carry in the cosmetic, easily carry in the bag. Okay, so and what other things we expect, let's see. So packaging function. So we will try to relate it to the packaging function. What packaging functions are? The number one, barrier protection. Okay, barrier protection, it's with reference to the barrier to oxygen, water, vapor, dust. Okay, and it is required for keeping the content clean, fresh and sterile. So if our cosmetic product is so protected from the barrier protection from oxygen, water, vapor, dust, so it is going to be in it's going to be, the contents are going to be clean, fresh and sterile. Containment and agglomeration, this is the next function. So small objects are typically, they are grouped together in one package for a reason of storage and selling efficiency. Say for example, liquid, powder and granular material, they need containment. Okay, physical protection, which is very important. The object enclosed in the package may require protection from the various things like mechanical shock, vibration, compression, temperature. So a package system come across, or it experiences certain different types of transition, maybe in storage or maybe in transportation. So a package, these are the functions of a package system. Next is packaging plays a very important role that I told you in the previous slide also, but how it plays an important role. Okay, information transmission. Yeah, that's very common actually. Information, the package, there is a label on the package, right? For that communicates something to the customer, that how to use it. Okay, and the instructions are mentioned on the label, so it is going to transmit the information to the user. Okay, that other thing is the marketing. Packaging of a cosmetic is really important for marketing of that product. Packaging and label can be used by marketers to encourage the potential buyers to purchase the product. This we discussed in the previous slide, that how a package system in case of cosmetic, it attracts the customer. Convenience, it is very important. Convenience package can have different features that add convenience. How? In distribution, in handling and stacking and display, sale, opening, reclosing, dispensing and recycling, and for easy to disposal. So these are the factors there we expect from a cosmetic product, that it is going to be convenient. Okay. So dear students, next is packaging types. This is very important and it is very easy to understand. Different types of packaging: primary, secondary and tertiary packaging. See, primary packaging is the material that first the envelope the product, which holds the product basically. Okay, and this is usually in the smallest unit of distribution for use. You can take example of a shampoo sachet, okay, which is very small packing. Likewise, you can take any example which is a small and of course it is individual packing for you, and the package which is in direct contact with the content, contact with the content. So this is primary packing. Second is the outside of the primary packing. This is secondary packing, and it is used to prevent the pilferage or to group the primary packaging together. That means it is going to keep the primary packaging not in contact with each other. Okay, so it is going to there is some barrier which is going to differentiate between primary and secondary packaging. Tertiary packaging, okay, tertiary packaging is generally for the bulk transport and the big carton packs we observe for bulk handling, for warehouse storage, and for transportation and shipping. So next is packaging of cosmetics. This we have to discuss here. Packaging of cosmetics. So cosmetics are necessities, okay, that we all know, but why it is important, we have also discussed this thing, that this is very important, and what all aspects and what all functions it is going to serve for the product. And they are used in the cosmetic industry because of the different and it is a very huge market of the packaging of cosmetics. So the different type of closure and containers we will discuss here, packaging of cosmetics, and what all important factors are there. So let's see. Important factors, the color. So dear students, for cosmetics, color is very important. The choice of color, which depends on the use and material of container. Okay, material of container. Second thing is the PP plastics that can be fitted with an aluminium sheet or painted with a coat of matte or glossy color. So that color can be that color we introduce, and that is how we introduce the color. And the plastic can have silk screen label printed on the side of the container before they are filled. Acrylic plastics and the are transparent, which are very transparent and can be tinted. So these containers can be fitted with a sticker label. So color is very important. Next is the shape. Ranging from round tube-like shape, a plastic container can come in different styles. Okay, even when we use different types of cosmetic preparations, so say for example lotion, cream, so they comes in the container is really it comes in different types of shape. So there also PP plastic containers can be molded in different shapes to suit the style, or marketing of the cosmetic can be distributed. Okay, different shapes like jars, bottle, stick form, these types of shapes are used, and they are generally used for face cream, lotion, foundation, and lip balm, for lipstick, for mascara, for the powder in the compact powder, and the talcum powder. So this basically ranges in the size from 20 to 60 mm and can hold anywhere from 25 to 30 ml. Now, straight-sided jar with plastic lid. Okay, you might have seen this type of container, straight-sided jar with plastic lid. Okay, these are available in variety of sizes, including 2 ounce, 4 ounce, or 6 ounce capacity. Normally, clear jars are preferred, and amber color and blue colored jar are also used, and different solid colors and lids with the twist on the top of the jar, they are also used. And there are there are many like diversity of the cosmetics, including glitter, creams, face powder, and bronzers. So these types of jars are used. Second is glass jar. This you might have seen, glass jar, round. They can be in the shape of round wall, and single and double walled, and generally ranges from 30 to 50 ml. And these include smooth sided line closure, and fine ribbon with the pressure sensitive inner jar, fine ribbed child resistance and round jar. So universally used for face cream. This round jars are used, glass jar. They are used generally for creams, but they can be used for different types of products as well. Shape, okay, and shape, which is important because this also plays an important role in the marketing of cosmetic product, because normal if there are two types of product available in the market, one is a normal round shaped jar and someone is another or some modified or some having some different other shape, okay, and both the things are available, the customer will certainly look and he will pick the another one because it has got something different. So there it plays an important role in marketing of the product, okay. And amber color jar are also used, so shape is important, and it is generally used for bath and body product, and different in the different capacity they are used, and the lid and screw on the top, and it comes in the variety of color. Next is thick wall jar. Thick wall jars, they are for 1/4 ounce or 2.3 ounce capacity, they are available, and the larger are exploited for foundation, makeup and remover, and other creams or the powder, and smaller jars are used for eyeshadow, lip glosses, for this kind of products. Very important for cosmetics, sticks, okay, frequently used for lipstick, lip balm, okay, and lip gloss, and for mosquito repellent sticks for kids generally are available in the market. And the height of this product container is ranges from ranges in the size and ranges in the different sizes, and generally top out at 100 mm, okay. So material, plastic, aluminium or metal, and the capacity ranging from 5 to 15 ml per gram. So the stick form you might have seen in the form of a lipstick, okay. Okay, next is vials. Vials, they are used for lip balm and mascara. The material, the material they are made up of include plastic, acrylic, aluminium, and nylon. So different types of materials. The most common shapes are cylindrical, but there are also convex, round, and square shapes in the form of vial. Tubes, very commonly used. So what we are discussing? We are discussing the different shapes. In different shapes, the packaging of cosmetics may be done as based on the requirement of the product. Okay. Now tubes. So dear students, you might have seen tube shape of packaging. Can you recall in which type of cosmetic preparation you have seen tube? Okay, mascara tube, and creams, I think also, na creams are also packed in the form in the tube type of container. So mascara tube comes in different types of size, shape and color to ensure the finest application basically. So the shape is circular, which allows easy holding and easy to use from the customer point of view, and different types of mascara are used for different effects, like some are used to lengthen the eyelashes and some are used to thicken the eyelashes. So for this purpose it is used. Bottle shape, this is very common, and many of the cosmetic products are packed in the bottle, and it depends the color and the shape, the size, And so it completely depends on the type of the product and of course the material, the content of the product, that it should be compatible. Okay, lotion, generally you have seen lotions are available in the bottle, and plastic bottle it may be, or it may be different types of cosmetics are also available in the are also packed in the glass bottles also. So they are made up from the different material, as I said, glass, plastic and acrylic container. Wide variety of pump dispensers are available for the persons having difficulty in gripping and in twisting the thing. Okay, dispenser, you have seen the dispenser bottle, and for especially for moisturizer, for body lotion, when you press the dispenser the content comes out easily. Okay, the most common downside is that sometimes the pump does not dispense the content. So uh, uh, it may happen sometimes. So this is one of the disadvantage of dispenser type of packing. Bottle, take another example for bottle, nail polish. Okay, nail polish bottle, you have seen a small size bottle. So the shape is not important there, but the volume is important. Okay, and it looks very beautiful, the small nail polish bottle. So it is the material can generally plastic material is used for this, and a mini size bottle holds capacity is about half of the full size of the bottle with small brush and cap. Dispensers, I have discussed this thing in the previous slide. Dispensers are for lotion, for even for uh, uh, different moisturizer lotion or body lotion. For this it is used, and basically a airless piston device it is, and and it ensures that the best protection the product is getting, and it is safe to dispense, and the application is convenient. Okay, convenient, and these types of packaging is generally used for the sensitive product, and the ideal solution for packing cosmetics as they are sensitive to chemical and microbial attack. So dear students, till now, let us quickly summarize. Till now in this module, what all we studied? We studied what package system is, and what do the customer expect from the packing, functions, importance, and different types of packing, primary, secondary, tertiary packing, and the important things with reference to cosmetics, shape of the size of the package, shape and the color. So all these things, all these factors, these are going to contribute in the marketing and for the overall appearance of the product in the market. So this is very important. So dear students, with exam point of view, how you are going to deal this topic? So how you are going to deal? The question may be asked, define package system, what are its functions and types. So dear students, you can answer your question, different types, primary, tertiary and secondary, and you can discuss them depending on the marks the question carries and importance. And factors, what all factors? Discuss the important factors for cosmetic packaging. Okay, for the packaging of cosmetic. So this way it may be asked. So please discuss all these factors which we have seen in the previous slides. Now we are going to discuss in the coming slide container closure system for packaging. So there we will discuss the different types of containers and closures, glass, plastic, rubber closures, and we will discuss what the stability aspect of package system. Okay, containers are the one in which the product is placed and it holds the product, and it is in direct, your product is in direct touch with the container. So this is about the container system. Okay, and it is going to protect. Now what are the factors, what are the advantages, and how one selects the suitable container for cosmetics? Okay, it depends, it completely depends on the type of preparation which is going to be packed. Ideal requirement of container. So the ideal requirement, it should be able to withstand with the changes in the pressure and temperature. Yes, obviously a product at the package system, it should be able to withstand with the changes in the pressure and temperature, because during transportation your product may experience different type of temperature condition, different type of humidity condition. So a package system or the container, whether it is a glass, plastic, or other type of container, should be able to withstand with the temperature and pressure, and non-toxic. Obviously it should be non-toxic and can be labeled easily. Okay, the manufacturer should not be worried about the labeling. Should be easy to label, elegant appearance, and neutral towards the material which is being stored in it. Should not interact with the content, must not interact. Okay, contribute in the stability of the product, and in any way should not harm or should not modify the stability aspect of the product, and it should be able to withstand with the wear and tear during normal handling and transportation. So dear students, selection of container. How one is going to select the container? So what are the different factors? Type of product which is to be packed, and the material which is used, compatibility with the ingredients, and administration or the use, where the product is going to be used, and overall protection of the product, that what way a manufacturer can give protection to the product. So this way, so these are the factors which are important for the selection of container. Now, properties of material. Physical properties, chemical properties. Physical property or the material, it should be impervious to the contaminant, and should give protection from air, light, and moisture. Okay, and no absorption of substance from the product, no leaching out, there should not be any kind of leaching. Chemical properties, okay, must not react together either alone or in the presence of product, and it must prevent the chemical degradation of product. Biological properties should be able to withstand from the attack by the insect or organisms, and should not support the growth of microorganisms. So these are the properties. Now, material for construction of container. So glass, plastic, rubber closures. We will see. Glass container. You are familiar with the glass container. It is one of the oldest packaging material used since long, and the different type of glasses are available. They can be easily molded in any color, in any shape. So these are the there are a list of advantages for plastic for glass containers. Now, characteristics of glass used in cosmetics. Glass containers, they are chemically inert, and non-porous and impermeable, odorless. It's easy to handle. Content can be seen, transparent they are, and great strength. Glass containers has and easy to open and resealable, long-term storage and extended shelf life. The glass containers has, and it can be recycled and they are reusable, we can say, after washing. So these are few characteristics of glass container, or you can say the features of glass containers, and you can discuss these features in if it is asked that why glass containers are preferred over plastic containers. But it completely depends that whether to use glass container or plastic containers, because both have the different and some unique advantages of using glass or plastics. Now moving to the composition of glass. Composition: glass is made up of sand, soda ash, sodium carbonate, and sodium and calcium carbonate, and cullet, that is broken glass. So cullet acts as a for fusion. So silicon, aluminium, boron, sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc. So these are generally used in the preparation of glass. Advantages. Moving to the advantages of glass containers. So dear students, you can write the advantages of glass containers by your own. So start counting the advantages of glass containers. Durable. Yes, glass containers are durable. Neutral they are, and non-reactive. So impervious to atmospheric gases and atmosphere. Economical. Yes, cheaper are as compared to the plastic and other types of containers. Generally transparent. Metal, if you also compare with the metal, glass is cheap. And transparent, it can be given different colors, and it looks very nice, glass containers. And good protection power it has, and it can be sealed hermetically. Okay, so these are few advantages of glass containers. Disadvantage. What is the biggest disadvantage of glass container? Breakable, fragile. Okay, high energy is required during manufacturing, and heavy they are, glass container, as compared to the metal and plastic. We can say these glass containers are heavy, and certain type of glass are they sometimes release alkali into the container content. So this is the disadvantage of using glass containers. Types of glasses. Type 1 glass, borosilicate glass. So dear students, this is very common types of glass. Type 1, type 2. Okay, and I really hope that you have read this different types of glasses in the your previous semesters. Okay, but again we are repeating this in the container enclosure system. So quickly just recall type 1 glass, borosilicate glass. It is highly inert type of glass, and it is prepared by replacing part of alkali and earth cation by boron and or aluminium and zinc. It can resist strong acids, alkali, and all types of solvent, and it reduces the leaching action, and it needs complicated processing because of high glass transition temperature. So therefore type 1 glass, this is borosilicate glass, it is expensive. So dear students, in your home also you have seen the serving glass, water serving glass, they are made up of, sometimes if they are made up of borosilicate. So how it differentiate from the normal glass? It looks, it's a very thin layer of glass. The borosilicate, borosil is generally mentioned on the label, borosil glass. Okay. Next is treated soda lime glass. They are made up of commercial soda lime silica glass, so that has been de-alkalinized or treated to remove the surface alkali. So basically a sulfur treatment is given. Okay, so it neutralizes the alkaline oxides on the surface and they render it chemically inert, chemically resistance. So it has lower melting point as compared to the type 1 glass. So it is very easy to fabricate this type of glass and it is cheaper as compared to borosilicate glass or type 1 glass. It contains basic oxides which may increase the pH of the formulation. So it ultimately it is going to affect the drug stability and potency. So this is the drawback. So this factor should be kept in mind while selection of the glass container. So this is type 2 glass, treated soda lime glass. Next is type 3 glass, regular soda lime or silica glass. Type 3 glass container. Type 3 regular soda lime. These containers are untreated and are made up of standard or superior than the typical inert resistant glass. It contains high concentration of alkali oxides and imparts alkalinity to aqueous substance. Types of glasses. Type 1 borosilicate, type 2 treated soda lime glass, type 3 treated soda lime glass, and type 4 is the general purpose soda lime glass. General purpose soda lime glass, these types of containers are prepared by using the soda lime glass, and so these are used considering the properties of product. Now next is plastic containers. Okay, so plastics container, when if we define the plastic containers, any group of substances whether it is natural or synthetic consisting of, basically plastic container consists of polymers of high molecular weight that can be molded into the required shape or to form by heat, by applying the heat and pressure. So plastic containers, they are used, why they are used? Very widely, easy, with which it can be formed, durable and flexible they are, and it can be molded in the variety of designs and shape and size. Okay, thermosets. This is thermosetting plastic, and these plastics when subjected to the heat it becomes infusible or insoluble and cannot change the shape after reheating. Okay, so this type of plastic is used when good dimensional and temperature stability is required. So this is the beauty of this thermosets. Okay, this is used when good dimensional and temperature stability is required. Now, thermoplastic. Thermoplastics, these types of plastics are generally very rigid at working temperature but can be remelted and reprocessed. Thermoplastic material can be cooled and heated several times without any change in their chemistry and mechanical properties. So this is an associated advantage with the thermoplastics. Okay. Now advantages overall, the how plastic and why it is used very widely. What are the advantages? Containers are flexible and not easily broken, and they have low density and accordingly they are very light in weight, can be heat reseal, available in various sizes, easily moldable, suitable for use as a container closure and secondary packing, and they are relatively cheap. Disadvantage, there are a lot of disadvantages also. What disadvantages are? Not these are not as chemically inert as type 1 glass, and some plastics are very heat sensitive, and many they possess some electrical charge which attract the particles. And next is the additives in the plastics which are very easily leached out into the product, and sometimes they react with the product, and substance such as the active constituent of the product, excipient including preservative, may be taken up from the product. So this is the disadvantage of using plastic containers. Now, material for the construction of container in continuation, glass and plastics. Now we will discuss metal. Okay, metals, dear students, metals, you are familiar with. Metals are used for construction of container, and they are strong, impermeable to glass and reinforced, rendering ideal packaging material for pressurized containers, especially metal containers. You might have seen they are used for the aerosol pack. Okay, pressurized container, wherever the those types of products which are packed in the container which requires pressure. Okay, commonly used metals are aluminium, tin, and steel and stainless steel. So moving to the advantages of metal, they are strong, durable, okay, lightweight in contrast with the other container, and impermeable to the light, moisture and gases. Disadvantages of metal containers, these are expensive to make. Okay, they are expensive as compared to the plastic and glass containers, and they may shed metal particles in the formulation. Okay, aluminium in its reactive raw state speedily forms an protective film of aluminium oxide, and which is prone to corrosion. Okay, corrosion. Therefore, the aluminium is lined with epoxide, vinyl and phenolic resins to prevent this. So, these are disadvantages of metals. Now moving to the closure system, which is very important. Closure system, rubber closures you have seen. Okay, closure system. The closures are they are the container, the component of a container system for stability and compatibility of the product. An efficient closure prevents the content from spilling out. Okay, it is going to protect your product from spilling out, and it allows no substance to enter in the container. So this is the required thing. This is what we expect from a closure system. The capability of the it's all depends on the capability of the seal, which depends on the resiliency of the liner and evenness of the seal surface and stiffness with which it is applied. Now, ideal properties of closure should be resistance and compatible with the product, should be readily operable and effectively resealed, should be competent of high speed application where the indispensable for automatic production without loss of seal efficiency. So these are ideal requirements of a closure system. Next is types of closures. Types of closure system, threaded screw cap. Threaded screw cap you might have seen, dear students. Take example of a syrup which we use for kids dosage form, and the cap, the closure which is there on the bottle, when it is broken, a thread like linings comes out, as you can see in the figure. It usually is made up of metal, tin plate or aluminium. I gave you the example of the syrup. So the metal caps, they are generally coated with the coated on the outside with an enamel or a lacquer for resistance against corrosion. Okay. Next is lung cap, analogous to the threaded screw cap, but with a difference that instead of continuous thread, it has a interrupted finish on the glass finish. So the lung cap is used for both normal atmospheric pressure and for vacuum pressure closing. So we can use it for the both the type of containers. Now roll-on closure, you might have seen on the some deodorant preparations also have this kind of closure available in resealable, non-resealable, and pilfer proof for use on glass, plastic bottles, for jar, etc. So the manufacturing, basically it involves a material that is easy to form, like aluminium or the other light gas metal. Now dear students, moving to the last topic of this module, that is the stability aspect of packaging. So dear students, glass and plastic container closure system for packaging, and in fact glass containers we discuss, there is much more to learn about glass containers, evaluation parameters that you are going to cover. Okay, powdered glass test and the water attack test. These two major evaluation parameters are there. So I just thought to remind you that please dear students, go and refer Indian Pharmacopoeia for this thing, and because this topic is very vast, so I have tried to cover which are the important things you should know. Now stability aspects, little I will touch. Stability aspect of packing, the most important step during the developmental stage. It includes the pharmaceutical analysis, stability studies of packaging, how and what are the important factors to consider for the stability of the pack: identity, potency, and purity. So these three factors it should carry. Okay. Next is stability testing. It is a term as a complex process, basically because it involves a variety of factors influencing the stability, like stability of active ingredient, interaction between the active ingredient and excipients, manufacturing process, types of dosage form, container closure system which is used for packing. Now stability, light, heat and moisture condition encountered during shipment, storage and handling. So your product should be stable for the light, heat, moisture and different conditions of temperature and humidity. So stability testing, it is a routine procedure which is performed on the drug substance and product at the various stages. Okay, and accelerated stability testing, dear students, accelerated stability studies testing at relatively higher temperature and humidity it is used. Your product, it is stored for a required duration of time at the elevated temperature and pressure. Okay, and then it is tested for its drug content and the other analysis parameter. So what is the aim? Aim is to provide the reasonable assurance to your product that the product will remain at an acceptable level of fitness, quality throughout the period during which they are in the marketing. Okay, so this is the basic objective of stability of packing. Now what actually requires? So stability testing of packing we are talking about here. So stability studies of packing, it requires a protocol which is a prerequisite for starting the stability testing, and it is necessarily a written document that describes the key component of a regulated and well-controlled stability study. The protocol depends on whether the drug is new or it is already in the market. So dear students, stability, again, it is very vast topic to understand and learn. So there are certain guidelines provide ICH guidelines on stability studies. So I will not discuss these guidelines in detail. I am suggesting you to refer the ICH guidelines on stability testing. So there is a elaborated guidelines. So dear students, you must know about these guidelines. Just please go through from these guidelines. ICH, what it is required basically, because every industry is global. The industry which manufacture the cosmetic preparation, it is not like that the same country where it is being manufactured is going to use. It is going to be exported, okay, from exported to the other countries. So the stability study is conducted keeping in view of the different conditions of temperature and humidity globally. Okay. Now, the testing condition, which is based on the inherent stability of compound, the type of dosage form, the proposed container closure system. So the protocol, it depends on the type of drug substance or the product, the type of cosmetic preparation. The protocol should also reflect the region where it is going to be marketed, or where it is going to be marketed, or it is proposed to be marketed. Now there are certain strength testing, compression strength testing, which is very important for package system. So packages, they behave differently, okay, when it is exposed to the compressive forces. So here I will tell you about 2-3 parameters which are important for packaging. Okay, so compression strength testing, it uses testing capability to apply the compressive force to the package and product. So it provides a comprehensive report with the data on the strength of a pack. Okay. So next is distribution simulation testing. Package experience various different forces during the shipping and distribution. So it is the product manufacturer's responsibility to evaluate and document the ability of product package to withstand with the distribution and storage environment. So this is second thing, distribution simulation testing. Next is package strength testing. Package strength testing, it is conducted to measure and to ensure that the component of the package will not separate when the specific force is applied. It is not going to separate. It is going to be intact. It is going to be intact. The testing of flexible components such as pouches, seal, peel, and the burst testing, these methods are used to prove the package strength testing. Okay. Last is package integrity testing. Integrity, that means your product, whether it is transported from one place to another place, okay, and the entire package, it is it is not going to lose its integrity. Okay, such tests includes the dye leak, okay, visual inspection, volume leak, and bubble leak testing to inspect the package it is intact during complete storage, transportation, or during until it reaches to the market. So all these important parameters regarding the package system we have discussed. So these are the references, and please go through from the references. So dear students, let us quickly summarize this module. Okay, in this module, we have discussed different types of containers. Okay, glass, plastic, and metal containers. What are their advantages? What are their disadvantages? And their characteristics and their ideal properties. And we have also discussed the importance of package system for cosmetics. So what are the important factors and stability aspect of package system? Okay, so dear students, that's all for this module. Please go through from this module, and as I suggested, there is a homework for you for this module. You have to refer two things. Okay, what two things you are going to study? Evaluation of glass and plastic container, that I have not covered in this module. Okay, and second thing is ICH guidelines on stability testing. Okay, and rest, for more detail related to this module, you can refer any book, as this topic is very much familiar and it is really easy to understand. And with question point of view, I have discussed in this module that which type of questions may arise from this topic: container closure and package system, different types of material, go through from the glass container, properties, advantage, disadvantage, plastic container, properties, advantages, disadvantages. Okay, and their evaluation parameters. So these are the questions which can be framed. Same for metal, and importance of package system, and what are the factors responsible for selection of containers, different types of containers. Okay, so dear students, I think you have enjoyed learning this module with me. So stay tuned for more videos, and thank you so much for watching this video.